Joining us now, two people affected by this scandal, Sonia Williams and Glenda Caesar, currently fighting to prove they are British citizens. Very good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Sonia, you came to the UK from Barbados back in 1975, when you were 13 years old. You've lost work because of this, haven't you?
Yes.
What's happened?
Well, they just basically told me they didn't need me anymore back in 2014.
Your employer?
Yes, and they made me redundant. But I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, oh, they didn't need me anymore. It's not until I couldn't get a job. Every time I applied for a job or sent off an application, I heard nothing back. Still didn't think anything. And then in 2016, the Home Office told the DVLA I'm not resident in this country and to revoke my driving licence.
And that may well be now why you've not been getting work.
Yes,
why you
and
lost
then
your job.
I connected the dots later, and then I realised that's what's been
and
happening.
And as somebody who's been British
for
for over
44
years,
yes.
How do you feel about suddenly being told, actually, officially, you're not British?
You're not British. You're an alien, really.
What do you feel about that?
I don't know how to feel. I'm numb. I'm ashamed. I'm disgusted.
So denial of your dignity.
Yes.
And your identity.
Yes, my identity.
And your rights.
Everything.
Actually.
Everything. They just stripped me of it and just left me aside.
Glenda, you were working for the NHS.
I was,
For 16 years.
Yeah.
And what happened to you?
I actually got told in the middle of my position, you have to leave because you haven't got a British passport.
This is so disgusting.
I was in shock. I cried. I was angry.
How long have you lived here?
Since I was 6 months old. I came over here with my relatives, my parents, when I was 6 months old. So the only thing I've ever known is England.
And is the problem that when you came over, tiny baby, you were travelling on your parents' passport?
That's right.
You wouldn't, as a 6-month-old baby, have had your own documentation.
Nothing at all.
At that point.
Never.
And then the first you know about it is you lose your job working for our NHS.
Yeah.
What were you doing there then?
I was administrator, practice administrator.
Well, how ironic.
Yeah.
You're an administrator, and this is an administrative error of catastrophic proportions.
And Glenda, how do you feel about basically you being delegitimised as a British citizen?
It hurts me because I'm a mother of 4 British children, you know, and so why am I not British? What did I do wrong? I didn't do anything wrong, and it's not my mistake because I'm here. You gave me a national insurance number, so I'm somewhere. You know, I gave birth to children in a hospital in England, so I'm here.
You'd think that there was so much of a paper trail and evidence of your contribution, paying taxes, working for the state.
Exactly.
Sonia, when you hear that in 2010 thousands of documents were destroyed, and it was Theresa May, our Prime Minister, who was the head of the Home Office when this was done, basically meaning there was no proof for thousands of people that they are British. What did you think about that? Because that happened, we found this out overnight.
Yeah, why were they destroyed? And then you're asking us for this information when you know you've destroyed it.
That piece of proof that might have helped you to work and support yourself.
They've destroyed it. They've got rid of it. So
do you both know a lot of people in similar positions who've got that anxiety from what has been going on?
Yes,
we do.
I know quite a few people.
But among the Caribbean people and West Indian people, we have pride, so we don't want to come out and say we're embarrassed. Some people are embarrassed because you get the odd saying, well, why didn't you apply earlier? So you're embarrassed about it. I mean, I've known her for 40 years. I didn't know she was going through this.
We was going through the same thing.
So you didn't even tell each other because you were both embarrassed by what's been going on. Well, I think it's utterly shameful what's happened to people like you. You're as British as I am.
Thank you.
You've given so much to this country, and it is utterly offensive what has been going on. It's a scandal of huge proportions.
You've both lost work because of this. I asked the Cabinet Minister yesterday whether there was going to be compensation for people like you, and he talked about reasonable legal expenses, legal costs. How much money do you think you've lost out on? If you can't work and you can't claim?
I have no idea, but
it's almost unquantifiable, isn't it?
Because we've had nothing. So
well, we're going to follow these stories up. We're going to follow your stories up. We'll follow up anybody else you want to direct us to, and we will make sure you don't end up spending 1 pence on this because
Thank
it's
you.
ridiculous.
Thank you.
It is utterly ridiculous. And shame on Theresa May,
Yeah.
frankly, our Prime Minister, who was the head of the Home Office when all these documents got shredded. Basically, immediately people couldn't prove they were British. I mean, it's disgusting.